Hello everybody and welcome in. My name is Yolanda Roos. I'm here to do your quick little check-in. This is a channel of facilitated light, well-being, doing your shadow work, working toward becoming your true, authentic self. So we're just going to shuffle up some cards and get just a general reading. I'm not sure what's going to come out. We'll see what the theme is today. Spirit guides, angels, most high. What reading or thing do you have for the collective? All right. You're at a crossroads, time to choose. So at this time, there are things, and I see that happening in the world, in my own life. It's a transition time. We have moved from that one side to the next side in an energetic feel. We have come to a culmination of what's happening in our life, and we need to focus on a pathway that we might want to be going, or it's going to be something that presents itself that is giving you two different ways you can go, and you're going to have to choose. Be flexible and let your light shine. So it's a path that I feel like when it comes, you're not going to know that it's coming. Like, it's a choice. It's going to come and it's going to present itself, and I feel like it's going to be subtle. I'm hearing subtle, like it's a change, but it's going to have an impact. It's going to be like, are we going to continue this way, or are we going to go this way? It's like, I think it's more this way, up or staying on the path you're at. And so that's why I think it's subtle. That's what's coming through. Okay, let's just see what we got for everybody. So I've been making crystal bracelets and preparing for the summer, trying to be positive. This area I live in, I live by the Canadian border. We still have a little bit of snow, but it is starting to kick in to move toward spring. We don't get spring until like May. Maybe we'll get some nice weather. I know people, my aunt lives in Arizona. She's been getting nice seasonably warm temperatures. We've gotten some solar flares. We just got one. So if you are feeling a little tired, the solar flare came through. Now it's got to pass on. So take care of yourself, stay hydrated, do the things you need to do. Don't beat yourself up. There's a lot of sickness going on right now. There's flus and viruses going around. So I would say, be careful. Not that you can't go out. Be careful with your surfaces, touching things, hugging when you're at work. If you work in a place that's got a lot of public, or working with a lot of people, special people that have children, because they go to school and they bring, it's you know, they're like germ factories. Be careful with what you're touching, what you're eating. Make sure you're hydrating. Maybe take some emergency, those little packets or something with vitamins to kind of give you a little extra boost. Make sure you're getting enough sleep and you're taking care of yourself. So that's just a little side note for somebody. So your card that came out is Sail Away. When life has you going in 100 miles an hour, quiet your mind and sail away. The ocean will rock you to sleep or ease your soul. Let the salty air carry you to a peaceful destination and put the wind back in your sails. Yes, this is, I feel like with all the electromagnetic energy coming in, all of the chaotic, war-based, fear-based, anxiety-based energy flowing through the grid, illnesses, financial instability where people are experiencing maybe some turmoil, some expenses because of the raise of prices. We need to stay grounded. We need to try to just, and if we don't need to spend extra money and do things, maybe we need to be careful with our money, with our time, with our energy, okay? So that same one came out, Sail Away, so it's important. So we are going to be easing our soul, trust in the flow. Feel the ebb and flow of the sea as the tides come in and out. Trust that whatever is happening is for your good, that it will help you understand or learn something new. So something that you're dealing with right now, I think that's why you need to just try to stay as calm as possible. The ebb and flow is this. It's the tide coming in, the tide coming out. Life being good, life being bad, life being easy, and sometimes not so easy. Something is coming in. Trust in what's happening with your life and just allow things to happen. Flexibility is the thing that I'm hearing. And then sandy beach. The sand that we stand on started as shells and rocks that were broke down and softened by the rolling waves and current. The turbulent waters have transformed the ocean pieces into soft new surface. Let the trials in life soften and transform you into something new. Yeah, there's something the things that we're dealing with now are bringing in and ushering in this new age or this new energy, this new thing. Whatever you're dealing with when you see this video, it's that there is something happening, and don't question it as, oh, what have I done wrong, or the universe is against me. What can I learn? What am I growing or getting from this experience? Am I having to learn how to conserve? Am I learning, not to get upset about everything? Am I learning to just be flexible where normally I'm not? Because there's some people that aren't. I mean, I was flexible to a degree, but I had to learn to be very flexible, especially in my life lately, It's like there is nothing, and now I don't know if this is for your life. There is literally nothing that is settled, concrete, or sure in my life at this moment. And I'm paying my bills. I'm just struggling through to pay the electric bill because I'm in New York State and they took the cap off. So our electric bills are through the roof because they have supplied electricity some other city or the New York City area, and somehow we're paying for it. And like I said, I don't get involved. I just know I have to pay it. The universe will provide. I believe that the universe will take care of me, and it does. Okay, so what you believe, what you think on, what you're doing, that's the other thing. Maybe it's manifesting and believing that this is just part of the ride, okay? That I'm going to be okay. I think when we get scared and fear, we block ourselves and we almost make it longer or more traumatic than it needs to be. All right, let's pull some cards and see what's happening. So I think it's a time to reflect, learn. Do not take the trials and tribulations right now, if you're going through them, as like punishment. Learn something. Be aware of something. There's something that humanity as a whole is learning right now, okay? So do you have any wisdom or any insights from this deck? Thank you. Okay, first card is music and harmony. Creating harmony within your life. And a harmony is all different components that come together to make a beautiful sound. So when you're in, if you've done music, a harmony part is usually the main melody. Okay, but if we're in harmony, we're in sync, we're all the different aspects, and it's flowing to make a beautiful sound. So music to me is vibration, it's frequency. Maybe it's a cue to listen to music, maybe incorporate music for tranquility, whatever music. It's not like a certain music. Whatever music calms you. Now, everybody is different. So I remember watching a movie called The Accountant. And it was Ben Affleck. And in the movie, what calmed him, because he was like autistic and something was weird, was the really heavy metal. He would go in the room, he'd lay down and put it on, and it would, because I think it would be so noisy and so distracting, it was the only way he could calm down. So the reason I'm saying is, you need to find the music at this moment that soothes your soul, that puts you in harmony, that puts you balanced, that makes you feel okay. So it could be rap, it could be rock, it could be classical, it could be just frequency music, it could be instrumental, piano, it could be whatever genre that you listen to. There's no specific music, but at this moment, I feel like we're a little overstimulated and we're a little over maybe anxious, because there's so much energy that's pouring in from the sun, coming out of the earth, coming from the collective. Remember, we are all connected energetically. So the anxiety and the energy from the bombing in Iraq and different parts of the country, and the unease or the unrest, it is going to filtrate, and it's going to move out of that epicenter out to the rest of the world. We are all connected. We are going to feel it. It is going to have an impact. So everything that we do is going to affect them, and everything they do is going to affect us. That is the rule across the board. We are energetically connected to each other. So know that you have to do whatever you can to keep yourself grounded, because you are going to feel the reverberation off of these things that are happening, off of people getting hurt, off of people being upset, scared, fearful. That's why right now you need to be grounding. You need to be doing things that keep your soul and your physical body, nervous system calm. If you're sick, take care of yourself. Try to not keep pushing yourself. If you are dealing with financial issues, because there's a lot of it going on. They just passed a thing to get the TSA paid. The people weren't being paid for 6 to 8 weeks. Just because they work for the government does not mean they're millionaires. They got to pay their bills too. And it's a security measure. So I'm glad to see that something went through, but know that there's anxiety. There's a lot of stress. People traveling. This is spring break time. There are people trying to travel and go places, and there's every kind of mishap. We just came out of Mercury retrograde, which may have caused some delays, some cars breaking down, communication issues, things like that. We're coming out of that. That's part of the reason I think the TSA thing is finally getting resolved, is because now that Mercury retrograde is lifting and the reality, travel is a main thing that gets affected by Mercury retrograde. And with it finally dissipating, because it takes a couple days after the 20th, it's a couple days before, like a few days before, 4 or 5 days before, and then 4 or 5 days after. So now that because I think this Mercury was very, very intense. Now that it's moving back direct, the visual direct, it's never going backwards. Visually, it's going direct. The energy is lifting so that it is making a difference. When I just saw the news this morning, so know that whatever has been delayed, mishapped, issues, it is going to slowly percolate and resonate back to where it's supposed to be. Just be patient, okay? Be patient. All right, any other words from this deck? So just be mindful. Next one is the Milky Way, and it says perspective. Yes, it's how you're seeing things. You need to make sure that your perspective is from here, maybe not in the midst of it, that you keep a perspective of all the different things and rebirth. I've seen this coming up in a lot of stuff. The spring equinox is just happened, and with this, okay, so these three, with the spring equinox, it's a rebirth. It's all the things rebirthing. But I think this is like a world rebirth. I think this is because of the perspective of people changing, ascending, getting to a higher place. This equinox that we just went through, I think is a pivotal, unique, what's the word? It's a rebirth for our world. Okay, so this has been happening, and what I think the crossroads is that we are going to be having to choose which path we're going to take now that this rebirth has taken place. There are new timelines that we are moving into, timelines that are falling away. There are choices that are going to be coming, because I think I posted this on the other one. Somebody posted that it has happened, and I feel like there was a shift of some sort. And what I think is going to be happening is as we land into this new life, this new section, this new time and era, there's going to be a choice. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be a choice as to how you want to continue your path. I think things have been slowly been revealed so you can understand. There are things about yourself that are being revealed. You are not the person you were even a year or so ago. Compare yourself from COVID to now, and you should be a different person. You should have a different perspective. You should have a different goal. You should be at a different place. You should feel a different thing, because COVID was a time of major change from old energy, which was earth energy, heavy, residual, money, control, to air energy, which was freeing, computers, innovation, new things. So at this moment, you should be different, because from the 2020, about when it came in, so it was starting to come in. It's called the Age of Aquarius. It was starting to come in before. That's what they talk about. Age of Aquarius is air energy. It is about freedom and movement and thought and ingenuity and new things. So what's happening is the new things that are coming in, they're just starting to take seed. People are just starting to really embrace this new energy, because what happens is when you go into the Age of Aquarius, the sign of Aquarius is the energy that is affecting your day-to-day life. Okay, it's going to be here for about 150 years. So get ready. What can I do to make a difference? There you go. Maybe I think what's happened is we've lost purpose. For a while, when technology was coming out, it was so new and exciting, and it kind of took our attention off of normal everyday things. Sometimes, we get distracted, and it takes us out of certain platforms. We're not going in the stores as much because we can just order it online. We are talking to people, so we don't have to pick up the phone and actually talk to them. We can just message them and send a message. We're bored, we can watch stuff. We can watch movies wherever we go. We can take our phones are like little mini computers, so we can look for things, do things. We're evolving into a different society, a different creature, per se, how we do things. We're evolving to the next move, and it's okay. It's just that there's growing pains. There's getting all the fine tuning so that life can go back to a little more, I don't want to say just balance, but like everybody kind of getting back on the same page. We're not fighting as much, and we can start enjoying life again. Right now is the transition of, I've ripped up my room and now I have to clean it. It's cleaning up the mess that's been pulled out to go through. Like, that's the analogy that came. So it must be something that there's, how like when you go and you clean a room out, a good cleaning, you have to rip everything out, go through it, organize it, and put it back in place, or reposition so it's more useful. Maybe you move the room around. Okay, now that I've pulled everything out, you know what? I think I'm going to rearrange and move it and make it to be a little more comforting. Or I just need change. I just need something different. I'm tired of looking at it this way. I think I want to, or you paint the wall. It's like the new energy that's coming in from this Aquarius time, the air energy, is so different than earth energy that it was like, at least that's what I said, it's been about 5 or 6 years. It's a change that's finally taking hold, and you are becoming more settled in it. The vibration that rose, you are all adjusting to it. The people that couldn't adjust left. COVID cleaned a lot of that out. When you change from one sign to the other sign, there is a detrimental thing that causes a health crisis, because it's going to remove the people that no longer want to be here. And it's not like they're saying, I want to kill myself and I'm destitute and I'm leaving. It's that at a soul level, the soul with you in your mind has made a choice that you need to start over again. You need to go back. It's not going to work. Or you would serve better to be reborn, because you're not, the vibration levels are bothering you. This is science and physics and quantum stuff. So if you don't understand, don't worry about it. But know that your body is calibrating to a new energy level, to a new frequency. The frequency is higher. So you are having to adjust. And if you are not, if you were at a low frequency and you are not wanting to change, you're not wanting to embrace, you're not wanting to be malleable and flexible, you are going to feel the constraints, the heaviness, the anxiety, and the pressure of this higher frequency on you. It's like, instead of going like this to you, it's going, so it's a higher frequency. So this says, what can I do to make a difference? What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of pain? So this is something, make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a big difference. This is like changing yourself one aspect at a time, knowing that the little things that you do have an impact. Is there something you've dealt with, something, because if you're a victim of a certain thing, it's going to be pretty strong in you, because you have experienced it. You know and can feel, understand, and correlate with such and such a thing that's happened. Okay, it could be financial, it could be sexual, it could be abuse, it could be anything, credit card debt, being free and not being free, being married and not being married, you know, having children and not having children. There's different experiences that we all go through, and sometimes we understand because we've been through it, and sometimes we just have compassion, empathy, or understanding of, you can imagine. It's not the same as doing it. So that's why we have to be careful. They're telling me to be careful when you judge, because if you've never gone through someone's thing, wore their shoes in a sense of speaking, be careful with judging, because you might not realize that you would do the same thing, or that everybody goes through everything on their own pretty much, and you make the choice of how you deal with it, and not everybody's the same person. Okay, this is your card. Your routine matters. Are you content with it? This is the fixing the room. The things that are happening in your life, are you okay with what's happening, how your life is? How is your nervous system? If you are overstimulated, if you are not happy, or if you are just getting by, or you are just not happy with what's happening in your life, it is time to do change. It is time to implement new things. It is time to think about, why don't I like this? Or why is it triggering me? Why am I this way? But you have to be realistic. You have to be honest. And you have to be willing to make a change if you want to feel or experience different life. And sometimes when you're making the changes, it's hard. Sometimes it makes it even harder. But you have to know what you're working toward, what needs to change to bring about contentment, peace, happiness, joy. And sometimes that's being true to who you are, getting a different job, getting a different mate, getting a different perspective, seeing things differently, getting counseling, dealing with your side work, like your shadow work, and the things that you kind of keep shoving to the side that need to be addressed, things you're procrastinating. Why are you procrastinating? What's causing you to be this way? Are you having to deal with a health issue and you're ignoring it, and it's just getting in the way? Okay, so your routine is very important, because it's not that you have to be boring and stale. It's that sometimes the body runs better with a certain type of routine, because your body knows it calms down when you do routine. Unless you like the stimulation and you're okay with just flying by the seat of your pants and you're not really bothered by much, that's fine. Most people do better on routine. It sets your time clocks. It sets how your mind is, how your body is. When you eat on a relative regular schedule, your body knows it's supposed to eat. Excuse me. So, just for fun, don't take life too seriously. Life is not going to stay this way. We're not going to stay in this state. We're not going to have everything. And then it's not always going to stay beautiful and lovely. It's not always going to stay terrible and miserable. Life has ebb and flow. It goes through different things. And as we need to learn as a society, or we need to learn as a human being, we're going to go through different trials, tribulations, understandings, growing, stretching, pulling, jump off the ledge. You know, there's all these things that we are going to have to experience. Good things are ahead. Yes. Nothing can dim the light that comes from within. You have the spark of the monad of God inside of you. You have light if you want to pull on it. And positive thoughts. So know that the things you're doing, there's good things coming. There's light within you. Just because you've gone through a dark patch doesn't mean that your light is not there. If you are a human, you have the spark of the monad in you, because that's what makes you alive. That's the soul. That's the connection to the divine. You are a light fractal, the soul of the Most High God. So if you are alive and you're human, because just so you know, we're not all human here, okay? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. It says right in the Bible, there's a battle between the demons and the angels. And the demons and the angels could be aliens, because in the back days when they would describe things, if they didn't know what it was, they could have called them angels and demons, and they could have just been different alien races. I don't know. But there is other things that are not human that live here. Okay, so keep that in mind. So if you are a human and you are alive, that means you have the light fractal of God, monad, the Most High God, within you, because that's how you became alive. It says right in the Bible. So if there's any Christians on here that want to, I don't know what, it says you are made of clay, and the breath was put into you. Well, that breath came from God, okay? Your breath came from the soul that went into you to live, to grow. It's your energy source. It's your light fractal that is God within you. Okay, God with us. He is with you. Okay, you are not separate from Him. You don't need a man to talk to. You can speak to the universe, to God, right through your mind, because it's in you. Okay, you are light embodied inside of this biological capsule. Okay, just like Jesus, He came down. His soul was in a body. He was born of a baby, a mom. Doesn't matter how he was a soul of the Most High that came down to release us, to show us that we had the power within. We had the power to make change. It was with us. We were the vessel that carried the soul, and we had the connection to God. How to live, how to love, how to help other fractals of light within this world, to be a light in the world, not a darkness, okay? I am ambitious and motivated. You will not stand in the shadow of another. Embrace change, yeah? And meditate on the answer. So we have our crossroad. There's change that's coming, flexibility. You're not going to be in the shadow. Your light needs to come out. You need to be aware. You need to be speaking what you feel, what your mind is telling you, what you need to fight for. And then I am ambitious and motivated. There are new things you need to accomplish, do, that you need to be, that's like a mantra. That's not really like, that's saying this is the perspective you need to take. I am. The I am is that you are embracing it, embodying it, and making it your own. Let's see what we got here. Let's get you an angel number. 347 is your angel number. Health. Take care of your health. There is an urging from your angels to take seriously a health matter that you have let fall to the side. How do you treat your body or how you treat your body is important. It shows self-love and care. Reflect now on what you've been avoiding, make a doctor's appointment, or address the concern you've been putting off. Okay, so this is for me too, because I went to the hospital and I still haven't called the doctor to go. But there's something, I feel like it's not a huge thing, but there's something that you may be dealing with, even on a small level, that you could address, that could alleviate some things you're dealing with, or it could bring you to an analysis of something else that you didn't even realize was going on. So maybe there's sickness, health conditions, maybe some things have changed in your body. Our bodies are evolving. There could be a heart issue, a lung issue, a liver issue. You could be going through a change of life. There's things that could be culminating that would explain what's happening. But be careful that you don't over medicate yourself. If there is a natural resolution, if there is a removing of something. I know that everybody wants a quick fix and take a pill and it's all good, but nowadays there's so many medications that are so bad for you, so many side effects that are worse than the actual thing. Please, all I say is just be careful. See if you can find a natural way, or removing something, changing your lifestyle, adding more exercise, whatever. See if there's a natural or a more proactive choice on your part. It could even be getting mental health. Some of our medical problems are because we're not dealing with the things that we're supposed to be dealing with. So I want to get one more card to send you off. I just got to see what deck is calling me. Okay, we're going to do this one. What is the message, conclusion message for our collective? This is your first one, and this is your second one. So, Mimi, my dog's crazy. The first thing you got is there will be a partnering with someone, something, or a business. There is a choice to be made. Okay, so this is the thing. There's a choice. Choose wisely when creating a union. So you're going to be joining up, or you're going to be having to make a choice to join something, to leave something, to go somewhere else, whatever. It says, I have to make a choice. I am creating with someone. Okay, so there's something that's coming up that's going to require you to have a choice. That's just concreting that. I am fearless. I am ready. You may be offered a great new opportunity. Don't let fear get in the way and keep you from accepting it. Okay, that's what it is. The reason it's so important is that it's going to be an opportunity or something that seems a little not bad, scary. Can I do this? It might be something that's a really cool opportunity, but sometimes the fear factor gets in the back of your mind, or it's not the normal thing, or it's not what you expected, or it's not in your designed path of where you want to go. There is something coming in that you're going to have to choose, but I feel, this is just me, that it is a divine orchestrated thing that's meant to grow you and help you to go where you're supposed to go to find happiness. And the reason that you're unsure or don't know what to do is that it's not on any path or anything that you just don't understand why it would even be presented. And it seems cool, and there's a part of you that wants to do it, but it's like something is presenting itself that's like different than what you planned. Okay, because we're routine creatures, or we have an idea of where we're supposed to be. And if you are thinking on or trying to find the right place, or you are meant for something, there's going to be a choice, because the world is going to start splitting in an essence, because the people that are ascending and the people that are awakening have a mission different than the people who are just wanting to stay the same. And it's going to be offered to everybody, but not everybody's going to take it. Okay, they're not going to understand, or they're going to want to stay where they are. So the choice is, you do something or you don't. And then that choice is made for you, and you don't do something. So guys, I hope this will help you. I'm not sure, what you're dealing with, but this is an energy of you've just made a choice, you're getting ready to make a choice, or this is what's coming in that perspective. Like, it's the choice is coming. You've either just gotten it, or you've just made a choice, so this will be a confirmation, or there's a choice that's coming up for humanity or people in general. Be discerning, be smart, but be open to whatever's coming in, because if there is a new opportunity coming in from the divine, then it is something for your benefit. It is something to teach you, grow you, or place you right where you need to be for things you never thought you would experience. So guys, have a great day, and we'll see you soon.